Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Cynthia, and today I'm going to be unpacking everything I brought with me to my over 2-week trip to Southeast Asia. So let's start off with the bag I took. I ended up taking this bag. I'm not sure all the details on it because I bought it on Facebook Marketplace, but I think it's about 35 liters. It's quite heavy though because it's got this built-in back piece, which is great. It just adds a little bit of weight to it. Yeah, it's got this really nice cover, and then it's just one big dump bag. There's no like easy access type of zipper or anything like that, which is a huge downfall. Originally, I bought this bag, but it did not arrive on time, so that's why I had to last minute search for another bag on Marketplace. But this bag has that easy access zipper that I was looking for. I think this would have made my life so much easier during the trip, but this is what we had to work with, so we made it work, and it was okay overall. I must admit it was a little heavy to lug around, and I'm thankful that some airlines allowed us to check bags for free during our trip. So if you're able to, for my very first tip would be to get a bag that opens up all the way. That way you don't have to constantly dig through your stuff. You can kind of just see all your stuff laid out and it's easy access. So that would be my main thing. The one thing I would absolutely change from this trip. Also, like, the size of this bag seems significantly smaller. This is the 30 liter. I just feel had I had this bag, I would have been forced to pack a lot lighter, and some of the stuff I brought with me that were just extras and never got used might have gotten left behind. But we did not have it. We had this wonderful bag, which I'm very thankful for in the end. There are some perks to this one, like these side pockets here. I was able to kind of stuff things I needed immediately or things I was constantly using, like some scarves or sarongs. Yeah, anything I needed immediately or just needed to stuff in my bag. These pockets were really great for that. What did I bring? Let's see. Let's start with, so of course what you pack for your trip is going to depend what time of year you go. So November to March is the wet season, April to October is the dry season, and we started our trip in early August. So I knew it was going to be relatively dry. However, living in a tropical climate myself, I know that rain is bound to happen even during the dry seasons. So I decided to prepare for rain anyways. And so I took this rain jacket, but I would have 100% left it. I think I would have been fine without it. I mean, take one if you have a really lightweight one, like the ones that you can literally compact down to nothing. I would absolutely take it just in case, but this one's just a little bit too bulky. If it's dry season, next time I will leave it behind. Maybe invest in a more compact version of a rain jacket. Let's see. Trying to find the rest of my stuff. One jacket that was absolutely just gold was this Billabong UV protectant jacket. This is 87% polyester, so just super quick drying, sun protecting jacket. I used it daily almost. So a jacket like this I would absolutely recommend, especially if you're someone who likes to protect their skin from the sun. I like to get sun in moderation, but I do have tattoos I like to protect. It was great to use as a cover-up after I got wet, or for sun protection if I was cold, if we started in early morning, if I was cold, or had a late night. This was just absolutely always in my day bag, always being used. I love this jacket 10 times more after this trip. This sweater, it's from Gap. It's like a waffle knit type material. This was really good for flights or times like we did a sunrise hike and it was really cold at the top, so we had to layer up, and this was really good. I just layered everything I had. This is probably the most warmth you will need, this weight. A hoodie would have been nice to have had on the trip, but I don't think it's necessary. Something like this will suffice. You'll be fine. Unless you're planning on doing a sunrise hike on a mountain or something, somewhere where it's going to be really cold, then, you know, prepare for your own itinerary. But as far as what we did, this was just fine. I also brought a cardigan with me, which was never touched. It was just a burden to carry around. I almost thought about leaving it behind, but I did not. This was just not necessary. I mean, I'm sure I could have used it maybe to like lounge around at night. We were like walking around a hotel or villa or whatever, but it was just never needed. I would leave this cardigan behind. So as far as jackets, again, I would only bring these two: a zip up sun protectant jacket, and then maybe like a big, like a warmer sweater type of whatever you want to bring. So something that was recommended to me before I went on this trip by a neighbor was to take like DRIFIT, quick drying material type of clothing. So I packed so many biker shorts, so many. I did not need to pack this many, and I did not use all of them. However, these were my go-to. I did use some of them multiple times, so it's not that I didn't need all of these. I could have used them throughout the trip, but I ended up just kind of like recycling what I was already wearing, especially the black shorts. So I packed a lot of these black shorts intentionally, including these black jean shorts, because I knew I was going to start my period when I was out there, and black is just very safe. It's a very safe color to wear on your period, as many of you girls may know. Yeah, I just packed a lot of these biker shorts and they were great, but I do think I could have cut down on some of them. These I like to wear like to the beach, and I wore them one time when we were trying to go surf, but I could have just left them behind. Yeah, and just used one of these, maybe leave this behind. As far as like these shorter ones, in Hawaii I tend to wear a lot of these short ones and then like a t-shirt or like one of these dry fit long sleeve tops. But because of the mosquitoes, I was pretty scared to catch dengue while I was out, dengue fever while I was out there. Honestly, I wish I would have packed more of like these long dry fit type leggings, like super lightweight. I only brought one legging and it just goes right above my ankle, and I wish I would have packed maybe another pair at least. Like I said, you can always do laundry there, so don't stress too much on packing for each day. More so just like stress more on packing quality, useful items. Longer dry fit leggings, absolutely, I would pack 1 to 2 depending how long you're going to be there. I was there again for 18 days, so I think 1 was okay, 2 would have been great. And then these short ones I packed, let's see, I packed 4 of like those really short ones. Maybe I would have narrowed it down, maybe leave, I don't know, maybe 3, 2 or 3. 18 days, I would have packed 2 or 3, left 1 behind. Just like the simple colors you can easily interchange with other clothing items. That's also a good tip for you guys. Interchangeable items, things that aren't tied to specific outfits because they only match with that outfit or they only go with that outfit. Interchangeability, great packing tip. So yeah, maybe 3. And then I have these, they're just a bit longer. They go about here, just right above my knee. I never ended up using these 2. Again, I only used the black ones, but maybe I would have for the next trip, of course, because these are basically identical. I would have left 1 behind and then maybe taken one of these. So something like this. So that's 5 biker shorts for 18 days. I think that would have been plenty. I brought these because I knew I was going to start my period, and these are just kind of like compression shorts I could have worn at night, but I never wore them, so yeah, could have left that. And then speaking of nighttime, as far as PJs, I packed 2 of these like military skivvy shorts. I just really love them. These were great. If I had, I mean, 2 was fine. I wish I had more of these though, because I only have 2, but for the trip, 2 was plenty, and they're great because you can easily wash them in the sink and then let them air dry, and they're dry next morning. So yeah, these are really helpful. And then for shirts, a lot of times I just don't wear a shirt to sleep, but the times I did or needed to, I just packed a tank. Tank top is fine. It's great. I packed this tank top. It's more of like a dry fit type material. I packed this one for exercise, for hiking, for whatever, but I ended up wearing it more as a night shirt. So 2 tank tops to sleep, maybe. I'd only pack 1. Sports bras, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I brought 5 sports bras. I think I used all of them, especially when we were pretty low on towards the end, once we were like kind of running out of plain clothes. 5 was great. Really, I think I could have just taken 4. even 3 could have worked. You just kind of make it work when you're backpacking, you know, especially like if there are these quick dry type materials, you could always just wash them in the sink, dry them overnight, and you're good to go in the morning. Maybe 3 to 4, I'd say would have been plenty, but I did use all 5, so that was great. And then for bras, just like I packed these, I bought these at Walmart. They're like Fruit of the Loom, and then just like regular bras, nothing padded because that's just more space taking up. But yeah, these are great. For tank tops, I packed these and then another one similar to this blue one, just like this blue cotton tank top. I didn't find myself reaching for these cotton tank tops just because if I sweat, you could just easily see the sweat stains. I would probably leave this behind next time. The 2 I found very helpful were this one's from Zara, and as you can tell, it's just very see-through. It's super thin, lightweight. This was great. It was easy to throw on, easy to pack, no sweat stains. This one was wonderful. And this one from Free People, it's like a razorback workout type tank. This one was great. I would pack more tanks like this one rather than these like longer cotton heavier type tanks. And then I also packed like this crop top. Again, it's like pretty lightweight. I never used this one. I think it's because it's very specific to like the type of bottoms I wear with this one. If it's not easy to combine with other items, I would just leave it behind. Bring stuff that you can easily just throw on. You can literally like grab a top and a bottom and they're gonna go. That's what I would recommend. And then this black tank top I did wear, but I think I would leave this one behind as well. These 2 absolutely I would recommend. They're staying. And then I also packed 2 rompers. I only ended up wearing this one. This one was just really good for, like, I wore it as like a cover up after a waterfall. I wore it kind of like as a lounging set. And then I also wore it during the day for breakfast one day. It was fine. I wore this with another shirt I have here. I'm gonna insert like actual vlogs footage of me wearing all the outfits I actually wore throughout this trip, so you'll see what I mean. But I just threw on this top over the romper as like a little cover up from the sun. It was fine. I don't think I'd pack this again. The romper was fine. I just don't particularly like this one, but it was very useful. And then I never ended up wearing this one. I packed this one thinking about my period. You know, it's got some compression to it and it's black, but I never ended up wearing it. Again, I had planned to have this and then throw this over whenever I needed some sun protection. That was a new thing I kind of experimented on this trip, rompers with a top over the romper. I don't know, it was okay. So yeah, rompers, if you're someone who wears rompers often, maybe would be worth taking. I don't know if I'd pack them again. If I went, probably not, because I only used 1 out of 2 and I didn't love the first one I used. But anyways, and then these type of shirts. So like this one I wore with compression shorts underneath, and I wore this to the jungle, and I like that it gave me sun protection. I like that it protected me from the mosquitoes, you know, long sleeve. But it was really hot. I don't know, the material is super lightweight, but just the fit of it felt too compressing, too restricted. I was really hot, so I mean, I was able to cool down after a while of sitting down, but wasn't so practical. This one I wore in Bali, again with biker shorts underneath and the tank top under it, so I could just take it off when I wanted to. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. It was okay. It was nice to have clothing pieces that covers you up a little bit more, because just like the culture in Bali, I just don't feel comfortable, or just like in Indonesia and Malaysia in general, I just didn't feel comfortable tits out, super exposed. I don't feel comfortable tits out anywhere anyways. I mean, sometimes I'll let the girls out. Yeah, I'd say wear modest clothing for the most part, or at least like have something to cover up, like a nice scarf or sarong like this, which I used so much. I'll get into that though. These type of shirts, although they appear to be lightweight, I don't know, they were okay. Would I pack them again? Maybe this one would make the cut again, and possibly this one. Out of these 4, I think I'd only bring 1. T-shirts. Okay, so I brought this t-shirt from Uniqlo. Never wore it. I think it would have been great. I don't know, I never got to it, never wore it, so there's that. And this looser t-shirt, yes, absolutely. Bring a loose t-shirt, especially like this kind of material. What material is this? This is from Aerie, size small. And it's 55% linen, 45 polyester. This was so great. I used this on travel days. We took at least like 8 flights throughout this trip, just like going from place to place. So I wore this on a travel day, and then I also ended up getting hospitalized like the last 3 days, and I was just in this t-shirt throughout the entire time. This was great. My hospitalization wasn't due to any diseases or anything in Indonesia. It was more of a personal issue, so I won't go too much into that. Yeah, just having a loose t-shirt was so great. I would absolutely recommend packing a t-shirt like this, or I don't know if I'd pack a cotton t-shirt. I bought this one as a souvenir, and I put it on and immediately took it off because it just felt too hot. So I don't know, maybe if it was looser, maybe it would have been better, but if you can find something like this, absolutely take 1 or 2 of these, maybe even 3. Again, depending what your trip looks like and how many days you're going to be out there. And then I packed, kind of going with like the activewear. I knew we were going to be doing a lot of hiking and walking and that kind of stuff, so I packed like these long sleeve dry fit tops. I wore, I think, 3 out of 4. Yes, I would pack these again. I don't think I'd take all 4. I'd take maybe 2 or 3, and then again just reuse, just wash if needed. Laundry is really cheap in Bali. We never did laundry in Bali. We did laundry in Java at a really nice hotel. The laundry came out fine. I know the prices in Bali are cheap. I don't know how good the service is. I did read on Reddit, like people's whites were coming back different colors. Their clothes weren't really washed that well, but I have no experience of my own with laundry in Bali specifically. Just be mindful of that. Do your own research. Maybe don't throw your whites in, and yeah, try your luck. Yeah, again, 2 or 3 would have been fine. These were my fancy clothes, my going out clothes. I only ended up wearing this one night out in Bali. For some reason, I just thought we were gonna have more like nights out, because we were supposed to meet some of Billy's friends out there, and I thought we were gonna have more nights out, but we only ended up going out for drinks one night. And I wore this one this is from San Lorenzo. It's really nice, loose fit, and then I wore them with these red shorts, and yeah, that was great. Yeah, I'd probably take this as another going out shirt. It's nice, it's easy to pack, simple, and again, interchangeable. You can wear it with anything. And then I packed this one for, we were supposed to go to Kuala Lumpur, but it was one of the days I was in the hospital, so we didn't end up going. But I was gonna wear this with the red shorts. Never ended up wearing it. I think I would have worn it. I'm not sure. It's pretty like kind of hot. I don't know. I've worn it in Hawaii during the summer and it was fine, but yeah, I don't know. And then I was supposed to wear this one on a nice dinner because we stayed at the Four Seasons one night, but that's the first night of my hospitalization, so never got to wear this. But yeah, I was supposed to wear this. Whatever. And then I brought this one, never wore it, I don't know. And then I brought this one, turtleneck. I love turtlenecks. I put it on one time, it just felt hot. I took it off immediately, so probably wouldn't pack turtlenecks, even though it is a short sleeve. So again, depending on your itinerary, what you're going to be doing, if I could go back, I'd probably only pack 3 out of the 5 nice shirts for going out. I packed the black shorts simply because I was going to be on my period, and I did wear them one of the days I was on my period, so I mean, I guess it was fine for that reason. Otherwise, I would have definitely made myself pick one of the 3, maybe 2 of the 3 to pack, and left one behind, because these jean shorts take up so much room. It doesn't seem like it, but they really do. They're not as easy as like a biker short. They're not going to compact down as much as a biker short is going to. So probably would have only packed 2 out of the 3, maybe 1. Maybe left the period short situation behind, since I already have so many of these biker shorts, and then just picked one of these or taken both of these. Or as an alternative, packed more of these. This is 54% cotton, 42% lyocell, and 4% spandex. You can obviously roll these up pretty small, kind of like biker shorts, but they're cotton. But I never wore these for some reason. I don't know. I mean, I had plenty. I really could have gone the entire trip without doing any laundry. If I could go back, I would have probably only packed these and maybe these or these. one of the two. Best for last, actually. So these dresses, oh my gosh, these dresses. So like these dresses that go, I think it's like midi dress, they go just right above your knee. I would absolutely pack because they're so easy to throw on. The beauty of a dress, you know, it's effortless, you look great, you don't have to wear pants. The beauty of this dress just amplified on this trip. I loved all the perks of it. This one especially, this one was great because it's like that quick drying material. Polyester mostly. I wore this on a flight one early morning, and then as soon as we landed we went to a waterfall, so I was ready to go. I had my bikini under. We got wet in the waterfall, but it dried quickly. It didn't feel heavy on me. So if you're going to be doing water activities, I would recommend packing polyester dresses like this. And then these I also wore both on travel days, but travel days where we had like another activity immediately after we landed, so they were great to just throw on, and just I was ready to go. And you look great doing it because these were they're just so comfortable, and they're easy to throw on and find and pack, and they're just amazing. As a cover up, I would either wear the Billabong zip up, or I'd throw a scarf over it. And these scarves were, I just used them for everything. I used them as blankets, I used them as a towel, I used them as warming layers, I used them as cover-ups, just everything. I would absolutely pack some scarves. I packed two, and then I packed a sarong. I never actually ended up using the sarong, but then again, to be fair, we didn't do too many water activities. So yeah, I think that's the reason. I think I wore it once or twice. But if you're going to be doing a lot of water activities, I would absolutely recommend packing a sarong. The scarves, I brought two. Probably could have left one, but I like the diversity. I like that I could kind of like pick and choose which one I wanted. And sometimes one did go better with another outfit. And then of course, just like underwear, socks, bras. I had plenty of those. Socks, I could have probably left some behind. I think I packed 4 pairs. Maybe I would have packed 2 or 3. And then I had this is my period kit. It has my menstrual cup, it has my period underwear, it has everything I needed. This, I mean, I couldn't leave it behind even if I wanted to. I needed it. And then this hat I brought with me. Yes, I would absolutely recommend any type of hat. This one's great because it's like pretty small. I can just stuff in my bag. And then I like the opening because if I have my hair in a ponytail or whatever, I don't have to take my hair out. I could throw this on over it. I packed this tote. I used it one time just to say I used it because I packed it, but I really didn't need it. I already had my day bag, which was this Adidas bag. This one has its own perks and faults. I can go into it briefly, but for the most part, it worked great. It was fine. I just never ended up using the tote. I guess, again, it depends on what you will be doing and just kind of like what you're planning on bringing. I packed this first aid kit, which was completely useless, except for one time we used the emergency blanket from this. A first aid kit is not useless. A first aid kit which you have never opened and ordered on Amazon maybe will be useless. I would recommend packing a first aid kit, but I would recommend you pack your own first aid kit. Pack your medicines, medicine that you think you may need. I brought activated charcoal and ibuprofen with me, and I used them both. Of course, like band-aids, or I brought some salve with me, which I used, some eye drops, chapstick, just like I'd say pack your own first aid kit. Oh, we used moleskin from in here, so that was great. And then as far as toiletries, I brought 2 bags of toiletries, this one and another one that's slightly bigger than this one, but it's in the wash right now, so I don't have it. I could have just gotten away with packing one of these. I brought like different kinds of brushes and like a bunch of extra stuff, and I only used maybe like 1/8 of my toiletries. So again, really just the basics. Like when you're backpacking, you're gonna thank yourself for packing lightly, and you're not gonna be miserable lugging around a bunch of extra weight that you don't need. I brought like different kinds of brushes for my hair because I thought I was gonna need it, and I only ended up using the wide tooth comb to like literally just brush my hair and go. I won't get into the toiletries just because everyone's different, but I'd say I'd pack a wide tooth comb just to brush your hair. Of course, everyone's hair texture is different, your hair needs are different, so pack what you need. But I did use like a water spray bottle. I used some gel. That was basically it for my hair. And then just like makeup, I really did not use. I used it one night, the one night we went to the bar, but I could have left it behind. It would have been fine. One thing I would recommend to pack is soap, shampoo, and conditioner. I was foolish enough to think, oh, we're going to be staying in villas and hotels, not really doing the hostel thing. I'm sure they're going to have what we need there. That was not really the case in all situations. Some, yes, but not all of them. And then I never came across any conditioner, so my hair is so dry right now, and it's still recovering. But yeah, just the basics: soap, shampoo, conditioner. I pack little bottles of that if you can. Maybe lotion, sunscreen. Yes, sunscreen if you are a sunscreen wearer, because you're not really going to find any good ones or cheap ones. So yeah, sunscreen is something else I did pack and use. Mostly I would just focus on like the medical stuff, because we did use all the medication we took. Like I said, I did end up in the hospital for 3 days for my own personal reasons, but still, it was nice to have like some medication on hand. Bug spray, you can buy bug spray once you're there, but if you have a very specific type of mosquito repellent or whatever that you like to buy, then I'd definitely purchase that ahead of time if it's under 3 liters, of course. For shoes, I brought 4 pairs. 3 pairs too many, I'd say. Okay, 2 pairs too many. So I brought 2 types of slippers. One are these reefs and one are these rip curls. I'd probably bring both of these again if I was repacking, just because these are like my more comfortable, cuter type sandal, and then these are my more like sturdy. So I wore these on a couple of hikes. I wore these when we were riding in the moped, just to have like, just to feel a little bit more secure. I don't know. So yeah, I'd pack both of these. They're pretty easy to pack, but I would only pack 1 pair of tennis shoes. So I brought these for the hiking, but they're just too bulky. I mean, if you have something smaller, absolutely I would pack something smaller. These were just so annoying. I almost donated them, but I also just bought these, so I didn't want to leave them behind, because they're my only pair of tennis shoes. They were super annoying though. I would not pack these again. And then my PF flyers. These were good when I wanted a little more cover up, but we weren't doing any like strenuous hiking or anything like that. I wore these to the Bulacan National Park. It's like a safari. Again, a little bulky, but you can always just wear your bulkier shoe whenever you're traveling, so you don't really have to pack it. And that is pretty much everything I packed. Forgot to mention, but I also packed so many bikinis that I did not need. Next trip, I would definitely only take 2, maybe 1 my period bikini in case I'm on my period, you know, like a darker colored one, and just like a regular cute one. Forgot to mention, I also packed these Van Heusen pants, and these are wonderful. I do wish I would have packed these nylon type pants. These would have been so good for the jungle. I did also have this stay bag, which I bought last minute, and it was fine. I like that it has a front pocket, because this is where I put my phone, my passport, and my wallet. So it was like super easy to grab. I also have like some hand sanitizer in here. And then I would just pack like my camera, the first aid kit, a scarf, and that Billabong zip up in here. Yeah, this was fine. When we went to like the waterfalls or anything more wet, it did get a little bit wet, but I didn't find that my stuff inside got wet, so it was okay. For rainy season, I probably would not take this. I'd buy something that's water resistant. And then something, I mean, these straps were pretty uncomfortable when the bag was heavy, because it would like dig into my shoulders. So it's not like the greatest, but it was fine. It was cheap. If you have a drawstring bag, I think it worked fine as a day bag. So I cannot find the flask that I brought with me, but I did bring 24 fluid ounce flask with me. It was a lot longer and thinner than this one, so I thought it would be a lot easier to kind of travel with. And although it was useful in some places, like our villa, sometimes they had filtered water, or the hotel, or I mean the airports had the refill stations I could fill up my water in. Mostly you're just going to be buying bottled water in Indonesia. Sometimes it was helpful when I had like 2 water bottles and I just wanted to mix the 2 and have it in one container. or like to keep my water nice and cool throughout the day. It was useful for that reason, but for the most part, I found it to be more of a hassle than a convenience. So I think the next time I would leave the water bottle behind. I'm so big on having a water source on me at all times, and it's weird not to have a water bottle, but you're going to be buying bottled water anyways, so I would probably just leave it behind. One less thing to carry and worry about. So when you're packing a bag like this, you really want to make sure all the little pockets are filled. That way it's not like unevenly distributed. You want the most packed part of the bag to be all on the bottom. Something I find helpful is to kind of put my outfits together while I'm packing. You can also add the bra if you want underwear, the whole thing. I'm only going to do the short and the top. Basically, you just roll them up together.
Like this. And obviously as tight as you can. I'll probably redo this one.
And there you go. That way, once you pull it out, you know it's an outfit you don't have to think about. Going out, black top, red shorts, got some cute earrings. Day 4, day 5, we're about to catch a flight to our next destination. It's gonna be a waterfall hike, so we're gonna get on our flight. So it's an hour flight, and once we get there, our driver is gonna take us to this waterfall hike. I don't think the hike should be too bad, but I have a bikini underneath, very simple, and then I have a sweater. Here's a better view of the dress. It's like knee length, and then I think it's a razorback. I'm not too sure. I hope you can see that. Fit after waterfall. To be honest, I wish I had a hoodie, not this cardigan. What?
Spin table.
I've got these Van Heusen pants. I think they're cotton. I've got some biker shorts underneath. I've got a Free People tank top, Adidas DRIFIT, Billabong zip up, and then I've got this sweater from Gap and a nice scarf to keep my face nice and warm. Alright, we're in Malaysia, about to start a tribe tour. And I just have on athletic wear because I started my period, and also not sure what the mosquito situation will be like there, so I just want to be covered up. Slay. Yes.
Iskandar Airport, it's central.
Central. Okay, we're going central. This is my outfit today. We're supposed to do a jungle trek later tonight. Don't know if jean shorts is appropriate fit, but this is what I'm wearing. I'm not actually wearing these shorts to the jungle, so I'm gonna have to dig in for some leggings. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video was informative and useful for your upcoming trip. If you're interested in knowing more details about our 18-day itinerary trip, I do have another video coming out going over everything we did, all the flights we took, just all the details to help you plan out your next trip. So if you're interested in watching that, make sure you subscribe down below and you turn on the notification bell so that you're notified anytime I put out a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.